Hello everybody, Iain Robson here for an episode of Westbridge Hills. Gotta do the arm motion too. Anyway, so here we are back on Westbridge Hills, and our combine has finished doing its thing. And it's filled, not quite filled, it's got stuff in it, so we need to empty it first, and then we shall get to the baling of the straw. So we do have 50 cows, and the cows are... Wrong button. There we go. Oh my goodness. They're on the south side there of the map. So we're going to have to do something with that soon. That means we're going to need a straw chopper, actually. That's what it means. And we're also going to need some hay, actually. So we do have the option of cutting some of the hay around here. Or the grass, I should say. Turn it into hay. Let's just line this up here. Perfect. Gorgeous. It's really funny for me not to have vehicle switcher. I've had it for such a long time now that I'm like, oh, I want to go to the combine. I'm like, right, I can't go directly to my combine, which kind of throws me off a little bit, actually. Especially when you've gotten used to it for such a long time and you're like, all I need to do is go bloop to the combine. But it doesn't work that way right now. I think they actually do have it out already, but I don't think it... I don't know. I haven't gone out of my way to get it yet. Let's just say that. Excellent. Now let's take our combine over to the new hull that's over there on the side there. We'll put the header on it, and then we'll go from there. What is this supposed to show? It does show the kind of the edge here. I'm trying to figure out what that mirror up there shows. I think it's like... Oh, that must be an error. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's showing the inside of the flygo. Anyways, minor quibble. Alright, so let's go and get this guy, take the header off this, because we actually don't need it at the moment. We do own 16 and 17, and that's it. But 17 didn't have anything on it, so we only have this field at the moment. Which way is the best way to put this on? Okay, we need to go around the other side then. Let us do that, and then we'll do a little bit of baling. We're going to use the case for that as well. So this is how transporting it works with this. There's no locking script that I'm aware of as of yet. It just kind of, you just kind of put it on there and then it stays for the most part. So let me just show you what this looks like. So if I line it up like so, there you go. And I could drop it, but it doesn't seem to like that. So there you go. It kind of just stays on there. It hovers a little bit. I can live with that. Now what should be the case now, as long as I drive at some sort of reasonable pace, it should stay on. There's no, as you can see in the corner, there's no like locking script or anything like that, but it's not falling off easily either, so that's good. If you do go too fast, it will fall off, as we discovered. This has got that dual wheel axle thing. It's crazy. With these types of header trailers, I've actually seen it done before. You can actually do like a UE with this trailer in the middle of the road, or like in the street or highway, whatever, really easily, just because of the way they're built. So like, let me show you. I can drive, if I slow down a little bit, I can drive in here and turn around, and that trailer should follow fairly easily. Look at that. It's crazy. Blows my mind. As you can see, this tractor doesn't like, or the trailer and the tractor don't like each other very much, and it slides a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Alright, what we can do, no, we won't be able to do that. Now, one of the things I really like about this game, I did it again. I went to go press Y to turn it off again. One of the things I really like about this game is the fact that horsepower does make a difference. So you can't take like a little tiny plow, or little tiny tractor and put it on an enormous plow anymore. They made it so you can't do that anymore, which is really nice. I really think that's a good addition to the to the game itself. So I think that's really nice. It makes it a lot more realistic, and this is, you know, this is a simulator, right? So it is pretty good. The funny thing is, I reflected on this the last episode, and I have a John Deere hat on once again because it's just the same recording session. I have some time right now, so I figured I might as well do a little bit of recording. Anyhow, so I have the John Deere hat on, and there are no John Deeres in the game as far as I know, let's say that. Mainly because all the John Deeres in the game are mods. There are no John Deeres that are not mods in the game, because John Deere has its own game. And... oh goodness. I'm getting nervous now. I'm trying to use the mirrors and it's not working the way I wanted to. Well, that's what happens when I try to use the mirrors. I guess I could just do this. This would probably work as well. So if I look over here, it's not going to show me what I want to see, but... you probably wouldn't use your mirrors the whole time anyways. Maybe you would, I don't know. Is there anything behind me? Oh, there is. Oh, see, there you go. I can't tell how far back I am. That's probably close enough. Oh, there was something behind me. Good thing I didn't go any further than that. Whoa, what happened there? I like, jumped on the tractor. So you can try and be realistic about things if you want to, and try and use the mirrors. As you can see, I'm not very good at it. So that's probably why I'm playing in the third-person view a little bit more. Just the way I've played for the longest time. And I don't drive a tractor, and I don't drive trucks or anything in real life, so it's probably the reason why I find it difficult right now, I guess. Alright. But, say la vie. Alright, so let's get that baler over here. So I decided to pick up the New Holland square baler, obviously. Whoops, I totally just hit that. I totally picked up the New Holland baler, and there we go. It should work fine. It does need a certain amount of horsepower, so if I go here and go to my baler, it actually says I need 122 horsepower, and luckily our tractor has 160. Not a lot much, not much over, but enough. So that's a nice little feature of it. All right, so it actually, what happens if you put a lower horsepower tractor on this baler, I go like this as if the baler's behind me. That trailer right back there. Anyways, if you do that, you can pull the trailer as far as I know, or the baler, but you can't. You can't turn it on and actually... you can pull it, but you can't turn it on and have it functioning, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Is there any good way to do this? Probably not. Alright, so here's the baler. The New Holland. So you lower the pickup with V, as it was in the last game. V turns it on, as per usual. And if you just hit number 3, like I just did there, the cruise control, it'll start picking up straw, which is pretty sweet. And because we're using a square baler, we can just keep going. There's no need to worry about... can I go any faster than this? Apparently I can go 20 kilometers an hour. I don't know. Or almost 20. So it looks like I can do about 20 kilometers an hour with this, which is pretty good, I guess. I don't know what the actual speed you would be going with this. Probably not, maybe not 20 kilometers an hour. So here's an example of how the Moralistic engine is working. It's going up the hill and having a heck of a time with it. And I'm using, it said it only needed a 120 horsepower tractor. And here I am. Wow, really? That's funny. So I can't actually, I can get up the hill with the baler, but I can't have it running going up the hill. That's kind of interesting, actually. So maybe I need a higher horsepower tractor, but this is like 40 horsepower more, so that's kind of interesting. I am going up a hill as well, so that's, you need to take that in consideration. Like, you know, a lot of people talk about how in North America, let's lower the pickup there. There we go. A lot of people talk about how in North America it's all flat. A lot of it is flat, admittedly. But it's not the end of the world. We missed a little bit there. That's okay. So a lot of times people talk about how flat it is and you don't think about horsepower requirements. And that's a scenario right there where I didn't consider the hill itself because, you know, all I considered was how much horsepower the implement itself needed, not necessarily how much I would take to go up the hill. I'm having a little bit of difficulty here. Oh my goodness. And I didn't consider how much horsepower it would take to go up the hill as well. So these are the things you need to start considering a little bit more in the game, which is really cool actually. So technically what I should be using is probably like closer to 200 horsepower tractor, it seems like. That'd be my guess at least. Like right there on that edge of the field, it goes up fairly high. Like I have set the cruise control so it goes, it's set to 40. To give you an idea, and this is how fast we're going. This is a 160 horsepower tractor. So we're still getting up the hill, but it is considerably slower. Now I could just do what I did just before and go to the top of the hill, but we're still making headway up here. Is somebody turn on 4-wheel drive or anything? No. Apparently not. So this is kind of what you're going to deal with right now. So I have $42,000. I might need to buy. Let's take a look at the tractors. Actually, I didn't think I was going to run into this already. I'm trying to stick to North American tractors because we're on a North American map. So the next one up for us is not that. It's pretty expensive. 149,000. This is the. Oh, we already have one of these. That is the same price. The Lambo. So I guess it would be this, the T8. Which is 320 horsepower for $300,000. Yikes. Or this for $300,000. Wow. There you go. So things are taking a little bit longer in some cases just because you're faced with this. Oh my goodness. I didn't think we were going to run into this problem. I didn't think this hill was that much of a hill, I guess, but apparently it is, which is kind of interesting, actually. That's crazy. I didn't expect that at all. Maybe it's different with a square versus a round baler. I don't know. But I totally expected it not to have a problem. Not this type of problem, at least. Like, I thought maybe a little bit of one, but not that much. Like, it can go. The funny thing is, it can go 25 kilometers an hour without going downhill, but not going uphill. That's crazy. That's really wow. I can't believe that. Wow, I'm not sure what to say about that. That's really interesting. It really puts things into perspective, like how much horsepower you actually need to do some of this type of stuff. I don't want to go up and down. I didn't think I was going to have this type of problem. But there you go. Like, that gives you a really good example of how the engine has changed that much. Like before, you could have used a little tiny, you know, historic tractor to do something like this without a problem. But now, you really can't use a small little tractor to do something like this. Maybe if I took the weight off, but that doesn't make any sense. Like, you have to consider that the fact that I'm in a big tractor with a big weight on the front, and I'm, you know, out the back there are bales getting, not shucked out, but they're getting put through the system, so maybe that's part of the weight I didn't consider as well. So the next upgrade is $300,000. That is a crazy amount of money in comparison to what we're actually doing right now. This is quite intriguing, actually. I really didn't expect to run into this much of a problem going up a hill. I know people who are in Norway and England are probably like, yeah, saw that coming, Ian, all the way. But I didn't expect this at all. I honestly didn't think the engine was, I don't know, this up to date. I'm not even sure how to describe what it would be. This, I don't know. There must be a good word for it. This interesting, I guess, is what I would say. But it does put an interesting twist. There we go, on things. That's funny. I can't even go up the hill right now. That's funny. As soon as I disengage the baler, though, no problem. So really, what that shows me is I need a higher horsepower trailer. Or tractor. But going downhill, look at this. This is no problem. Just goes straight down the hill, picks up all the hay, or straw, sorry, and just shoots it out. That's too funny. This gives you a funny perspective, like how much of a little, like, the hill doesn't seem like it's that. I think it's maybe this. That's what the hill seems like. I guess it's more than that. I don't know. I guess it really is. That makes me laugh, actually. Alright, so let's finish this last little bit here. Another thing I really like about it is the fact that the RPMs actually increase as well. That's a nice little change. It's funny, you have a chance to sit back and enjoy the coffee, so to speak. So that's what I'm drinking right now. Cup of coffee. All I need to do is sit back and relax and watch, I guess, but we're not making as much progress as I thought we were going to. I honestly thought we would be flying through the field, but obviously not, based on this. My shoulders are itchy, apparently. It's because I'm wearing a hat and I'm getting warmer. My room is... I have the doors closed. And it's making it warmer in here with my computer on. I have lights on as well. You know, that happens when you have the webcam on. But this is funny. I can't believe this. This is really impressive, actually. It's definitely going to make me consider things a bit differently in the future. Because I'm going to have to basically go and do some of these passes again, or part of them at least, because of the way they're set up, which is really interesting. I guess what I should have done is I should have gone the other way. Like, I should have gone... I don't know. I should have gone north-south on the field, I guess, instead of east-west. That's funny. So you really have to take into consideration, like, A, the power you need to run the actual implement, and B, the type of terrain you're actually on, which is interesting because that's something I honestly have not considered. Alright, let's do a nice big UE here. But I really think that when the RPMs increase like that, that's really cool. It's a really nice little change. Is there any counter at all? No, there's no bail counter, I don't think. No, doesn't say anything on there. There's nothing on the baler itself. One little downfall. I could probably count them. I have enough time. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 bales so far, so it's not too bad. Not a crazy amount of bales, but I didn't expect a lot because it is a small field, right? What are the prices? So one of the interesting things is when you do that, it actually pauses the game completely, which is interesting. All right, so we have wheat, and it shows you how much you have right here, and then the prices of it right away, which is really nice. All right. Oh, that's it? I thought there were... Oh, no, that's what I thought. I was like, there's more than just that one. So we have wheat, so diner, $2.95. To train station, 304. Yep, so it looks like the train station. So maybe what we'll do is we'll have to sell a little bit of wheat because I did not expect this much resistance or this. I didn't expect this type of pace. It does make it slower. You can't just. I wonder how Courseplay is gonna. I wonder how it's going to accept and work with this, because I suppose it would just follow the same course as it normally would, but what would normally happen with Courseplay is it would just, you could set it up so it goes as fast as possible and it actually disregards the way the implement is supposed to be used. I don't know if it will be. I won't be able to do that same thing in this whenever Courseplay decides to come out. I don't expect it out for a long time, really, but it'll be interesting nonetheless to see how it plays out. But this is really impressive. I think this is a really cool little addition. So I will definitely have to reconsider certain things now. It's funny though, because this actually had no problem with the trailer, but it does with this, which I didn't fill up the trailer all the way. Maybe that's part of the reason why I was okay with it, but it's very interesting to see how much it's struggling with this versus before. I would have liked to have seen maybe a bit better loading. Actually, you know what I will do? I'll just go to the end over here, because this is where the hill actually is really big. And I'll do this last little bit, these bits on the end. Because if you look on the here, get a little slide there. You can see right here, actually it's really steep in comparison to over there. It's a lot more of a gradual turn, or hill, on the other side there. So that'll probably make a big difference if I do these little ones. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably make it a big loop. So I'll go around this side and then I go all around the other side, just to make my life a bit easier, because I was actually able to get up the hill on the other side, whereas this side I was not. I actually got stuck, which makes me laugh. But I really should have put that combine away now that I think about it too. There we go. And I'll go drive to the other side, and I think I'll do the outside and then go from the outside to the in, primarily because of the hill. Whoops. Of the hill itself. So because the hill is making it rather difficult to get all of it, but it seems to be working all right. So 160 horsepower tractor seems to have a bit of difficulty. It's not necessarily running the implement itself, it is the running the implement and going up the hill. And it's still having difficulties right now. I don't know how fast you'd actually bail. Probably around 10 kilometers an hour anyways, maybe. But I honestly did not expect this. It's funny, in the other game I probably would have used a much more powerful tractor with this, because that's what I thought I would have needed, but based on what they're saying here, it only says it needs 120 horsepower, so maybe I should start. I guess what you could do is maybe like a rule of thumb, like make sure you have double the horsepower, so it's like, you know, enough for the actual implement and then for hills as well, because this map isn't all flat either. It's probably more so than some other maps out there, but if you look at this in comparison to the Alps, for example, then yeah, this one is super flat. But yeah, it's pretty crazy actually. Also, the bail physics are a little bit different this time around as well. They are really easy to use in comparison. I was actually really surprised how easy it was to use, because before you had to, like, you know, go hit the bail and then lock it and then move with it. Now you don't need to do that. You can just drive the tractor into the bail and it'll pick it up automatically, which is nice. There we go. Let's go back and do this other pass here. What we'll do is do this little section here, and then we'll turn around. Also, they get surprisingly, your vehicles get surprisingly dirty. Look at that. I'm just driving around the field and apparently it's getting that dirty. A little surprising, but I guess that's how dirty it would actually get. It's funny, with a lot of older tractors, a lot of people don't, they're afraid of washing their old tractors, because what happens is, they say if they wash their old tractor, the rust will, everything will fall apart, which kind of makes you laugh a little bit, especially when you see a tractor like this now. That's what it makes me think of, at least. I'm like, whoa, I better not wash the tractor, it might fall apart. But this is new tractors. But if you can, I don't think you can automatically turn on the windshield wipers. They only come on when it rains, and from what I can tell, it hasn't rained yet. Alright, so we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4 passes to go. So maybe one of the ways you can get around it is come in at it for like with a running start almost, maybe. I'm not sure if it actually helps, because our speed is going down fairly quickly, which is pretty surprising actually. I didn't consider this. I wonder if, I'm sure other people have found the same thing, like they've run into the same problem just because they weren't expecting it either, but it is interesting to see how the physics are playing out. Like, I suppose then, if you were to be plowing or cultivating on this field, you would need a fairly powerful tractor to go up the hills. Not necessarily for the implement itself, but to go up the hill and the implement as well. Which is interesting, actually. I think that's a... I didn't expect it. I know they updated the engine and whatnot, but I honestly did not foresee that one at all. Which is good, though. Because sometimes when you get a new game, you know everything that's going to happen. So it's good to see that there are some surprises in there for people who, like me, for example, who didn't watch every stream. I watched all the teaser trailers, but I never saw this one coming. Alright, where are we here? We need to go up this hill. I almost think I should have bought the auto stacker then, but I don't think I would have had a tractor that's powerful enough to move it now. Well, considering all this, considering what it's like now. So if I had used this tractor, which is my quote-unquote most powerful tractor, whoops. How do I keep? I don't know why I keep doing that. I keep hitting the E, or the button to get out of the tractor. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess you will need a fairly powerful tractor in order to get out the bales, yeah. I do like the way this thing works, though. Look at that. It looks really smooth. I think the combine, the actual baler could be a bit louder, but I can live with it. Alright. I'm just going to drive up to the top and get this last little pass here, because if I try and go up the hill with it running, it's not going to work. I suppose I could have raked it all, like gone north-south, but I didn't even consider the fact that it would run into this problem. Oh goodness, nice. It is. I am happy about that though. It's the little things usually, right? It's the little things that make you like, whoa, what's that? And like the mirrors, for example, like those are pretty cool. Like having the ability to use the mirrors is just like mind blown. Although I've been bad with using them so far, so it makes me laugh. But having the possibility is nice, that's for sure. Alright, so let's get these two passes at the top here, and the two ones at the bottom. It's interesting, I wonder how much, like how much of an incline, how much does it factor into the horsepower you need, and how much weight's behind it? I don't know. I wonder if this says how much weight it can pull. No, it doesn't. Kind of interesting. I thought maybe it would say, like, you know, it can pull X amount of kilograms or whatever, but it doesn't say. So, it would be curious to see if that's something they implement later on, maybe, like, and show how much they're able to pull. Like, this hill is slowing it down. It's not a big hill, but you can see it's struggling the last little bit here. And I have it set so it's cruise control set to maximum, basically. And it's going as fast as it can. But it looks really cool. The last little bit of straw. Perfect. Alright, let's go to the other side of the field. I might have to do, like, go down and go up the field again. Anyways, I'll finish that off camera, and then we'll come back next episode and we will pick up some bales. Alright folks, my name's Iain. Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2015, coming at you from West Bridge Hills. Catch you guys later.